Hello, Teacher Preston here. So before we get into it, let me grab my espresso here. Just have a slurp. Got to get me going in the morning. So when I was exercising earlier this morning, I was sort of thinking about when younger students have sort of poetry recitals or have to read aloud for class. Also, sometimes in high school and university, you have to read aloud, not as often though. So, how can we be better at this? So, I guess, well, one with sort of poetry recitals and that kind of thing, um, practice. So, practice makes you more confident. When you're more confident, you'll be more comfortable. So, practice that, and like I said yesterday, also practice with your parents or friends, bounce it off people. The same thing goes when you're wanting to say a speech or something like that. Practice in front of the mirror. So remember those pauses. So basically, pauses give that sort of dramatic effect because you want um, people to feel what you're saying, not just listen to it. You want them to feel. And the same can be said for sort of reading aloud as well, sort of pauses. That's what, and not forgetting to breathe, not reading too fast, not reading too slow, but reading in that sort of middle ground. And using those pauses, you can breathe in, relaxing into it. Why do I say relax? Because if you're relaxed, your audience will be relaxed and you'll put them at ease. So I think that's a good thing as well. Um, and also remember while you um, reading to sort of read, but then take a glance and see where your audience is at. So do you have to, with a poem as well as with um, when you're reading aloud, just see where they're at. Are they agitated? Are they listening to you attentively? And change accordingly. So make it more lively if they're looking bored. If they're not, if they're attentive, okay, you've got them where you want them, but it's looking at the sort of background, um, the environment, sort of seeing how they are is one of the important things. So I think um, basically do that. So to recap, when you're doing poetry recitals or something like that, or reading aloud beforehand, practice with your parents, practice with your friends, practice reading in front of a mirror. Remember those pauses. So it's okay to take a break. That's the second point. Third point is remember the pauses for dramatic effect as well. Fourth point is don't read too fast or read too slow. Read at the right tempo. And I'd say the fifth is to engage your audience and see where your audience are, um, whether they're bored or they're agitated or they're listening to you attentively. So don't just look at what you're reading. Look, but scan your audience as well. So it's all right if you read a bit and then look at them, but keep eye contact when you're looking at them. and not just that one person sort of scan the room. Mhm. That way you hold their interest. Thank you for joining me for today's lesson, and see you in my next lesson. Bye.